Hi, I'm Jackie Bedard, elder law attorney at Carolina Family Estate Planning. And today I'm going to talk about ladybird deeds and whether they protect your home from nursing home costs and Medicaid. Now, one of the first questions we usually get is, why is it called a ladybird deed? And it's actually because President Lyndon B. Johnson used one of these deeds to transfer some real estate to his wife, Lady Bird Johnson. And that's how these deeds came to be known. The technical legal term for them is an enhanced life estate. Now, what you're doing with an enhanced life estate is you're deeding your property to somebody else, often adult children, but you're retaining two powers when you do that. The first is the power to continue to use and occupy that property. And the second is the power to change your mind and actually take the property back. Now, if you never exercise those rights, then when you pass away, the property will automatically pass to the people that you gave the ladybird deed to. Now, this used to be a common Medicaid planning technique. However, in recent years, there's been some rule changes. And so most elder law attorneys in North Carolina have stopped using ladybird deeds. But that's okay because we still have some other tools at our disposal. The right tools will depend on the particular circumstances and which one's going to give us the best results. But let's talk about a couple of them. If we're facing a crisis situation where somebody is already in the nursing home and getting ready to apply for Medicaid, then sometimes we might use what's called a 1% deed. What we're doing there is usually the children or somebody close to the person in the nursing home is buying a small interest in that property, typically 1%, which is where the name comes from. And if that transaction is set up correctly, then when the person in the nursing home passes away, the property will pass to the other owners 100%. It passes outside of probate, and the property stays protected from the nursing home costs and from any sort of Medicaid liens. Now, we only like to use these in a crisis situation because we are concerned that the rules might change in the future. Just like ladybird deeds don't work the same way that they used to, we have the same reservations about 1% deeds. In fact, some counties have already started pushing back on them. So this is why it's very case specific. We want to make sure that you're in a county that is still accepting 1% deeds before we use them. Now, if you're not in a crisis situation and you're watching this video because you just want to plan ahead about how to protect your home if you should need nursing home care in the future, then we're usually not going to recommend a 1% deed to you because, as I mentioned, we're afraid they might not work in the future. Instead, an asset protection trust is usually a better tool. Now, I don't have a lot of time today to go into the full details of how an asset protection trust works. But the reason why we prefer it for our clients that are planning ahead is it's far more flexible. What we see time and time again is once a parent or loved one goes into a nursing home, usually the family wants to sell that property. They don't want to have to keep paying the mortgage and the taxes and insurance and utilities. It's a lot of responsibility. When we use something like a 1% deed, we can't sell the property or we lose our protection. But if we have it in an asset protection trust, we actually have the flexibility to still sell that property and the proceeds from the sale will still be protected. So it gives us a lot more options going forward about how to handle that property instead of being locked into that 1% deed where we can't make any changes to it until after the person passes away. Listen, the bottom line is that this stuff can get complicated. If you're worried about how to protect your real estate or other assets from future nursing home costs, or if you're trying to apply for Medicaid, you need to meet with a qualified elder law attorney that can help you figure out the best solutions for your particular situation. So give our office a call and we'll help you figure out how to get started.